Hello and good morning. I'm glad you can all be here with us to celebrate for induction ceremony for the Sigma Theta Tau International Phi Pi chapter of Chamberlain University. Phi Pi chapter has been inducting Chamberlain nurses and Chamberlain leaders into the Sigma Theta Tau Honor Society since October 20th of 2011. So you are now joining a very elite group of extraordinary Chamberlain nurses, faculty, and leaders that are also members of the premier Honor Society of Nursing. We are glad you could join us today. So welcome to our inductees, to our chapter leaders, and to your guests. We hope that you have some family joining you today. As Chamberlain University grew, when we started our young chapter, the Phi Pi chapter, in 2011, Chamberlain had 5 ground campuses. So we had physical induction ceremonies at the 5 ground campuses once a year, or we rotated and went around and had an induction at one campus, and then the next time had an induction at another campus. Well, as you know today, Chamberlain has grown and is huge, having about 28 campuses at least, with more on the way. They're the largest graduate of nursing students in the United States, and we do graduate extraordinary nursing students who become nurses and nurse leaders. So we are happy that we were able to go fully virtual for our inductions in 2018. We want to be inclusive and not exclusive. And we found we were excluding too many people when we were doing on-ground campus inductions. My name is Dr. Leanne Prenevost. I'm the president of the Phi Pi chapter of Sigma. We are a volunteer organization. We are a 501(c) nonprofit organization operating under Sigma Theta Tau International. The Phi Pi chapter is chapter number 494. Out of approximately today, there's about 550 or 570 chapters. So we're a young chapter. Our chapter is just turned 13 years old this October, but we're a powerhouse chapter. We're a big chapter with our volume of Chamberlain graduates and leaders we have. So none of this can be done. A nonprofit organization cannot be done by a single person. And here's our board of directors that works very hard. Our volunteer positions in Sigma many times will encompass several hours a week. It would not be unusual for the president, the treasurer, one of the counselors to spend 10 hours or more during certain weeks completing Phi Pi activities so that we can produce induction ceremonies for you and do some of the other events and functions that we'll talk about later. And here's our current Phi Pi board of directors that was elected into office July 1st, 2025. Some of us are serving 2-year terms and will not be done until 2027. Some of us are in the middle of a term and will be done in 2026. So we will have elections coming up again next year for anyone interested. I'm Leanne Prenevost. I am the Phi Pi president, the 7th president of Phi Pi, since we're kind of a young chapter. I am in Phoenix, Arizona, and I'm a visiting professor for Chamberlain University and the Family Nurse Practitioner Program. Next is our vice president, just elected into office, Linda Hargraves. She is active as a visiting professor out in California with one of our Chamberlain campuses out there. She's been involved with Sigma for many years, and she's also involved with our Southern California Consortium. Next is our treasurer, which is Alan Perez. He is also out in California. He's been a member of Phi Pi for many years and has held many positions. In fact, he is the immediate past president of Phi Pi. He's been secretary, treasurer, president-elect, president, past president, and now he's back to treasurer again. Then we have Tyler Morrison, who's in Texas. He just completed his master's in nursing education, and he's a Chamberlain alumni, his BSN he received from Chamberlain. He is a secretary, and his term ends next year. He's in the second year of his term. Then we have our president-elect, yay, Nadine Cesare, and she is from Florida. She was at the Miramar campus, and now she is teaching online in the Family Nurse Practitioner program. She is obtaining her PhD right now, so she's very involved in that and all the work that goes with that. We're happy to have her. Then we have as our lead counselor, Tanya Spillman. She's at the Tinley Park campus, and she's one of the administrators at the campus. She's been with Phi Pi for many years and held several different positions, but she usually just sticks in the counselor position. That counselor position is the only position that has to be an employee of Chamberlain University, and those positions handle our list of inductees. So that's why they have to be internal employees to be in that position. And Tanya is able to then spearhead any efforts with the other counselors because we've got many campuses, I think 28 spread throughout the nation, and our online students that are all over the world in the United States, District of Columbia, and in 6 to 8 different countries currently. Selena Tully is in the online DNP program, not BSN, DNP program with Chamberlain University, and she's also a counselor. We have Domisil Smirtkov as a counselor from the New Jersey area. She's at the campus up there, and she has been a counselor for a couple of terms. And then we have Perpetual Gawani, who is a visiting professor for Chamberlain University, and she is our newest counselor. I'm going to go ahead and introduce our speaker for today's event, and I'm really excited to introduce Dr. Candace Nono. She has been a nurse since 1994 when she started as a licensed practical nurse with her mother's encouragement, inspiration, and utmost support. She was only 18 years old at the time and just so thankful for that opportunity to enter a nursing program through the Chicago Public Schools. She completed her BSN in 2000 from North Park University in Chicago. And in 2016, she completed her MSN in the nurse educator track from Chamberlain College of Nursing, along with her younger sister. Her nursing career has primarily focused on the senior population within long-term care centers. She's always loved working with the aging population, and she genuinely finds the field of geriatrics to be the most fulfilling personally and professionally. Her mom, still a registered nurse, started as a basic nursing assistant training program in 1998. Unfortunately, her mom passed away from cancer in 2017, and her sister and herself are continuing with the basic nursing program that her mom started. Her brother's involved in that too. She is the clinical director, the program director of that program, and she also teaches theory. She's a clinical instructor and evaluator with Chamberlain University as a visiting professor. She's CPR certified for the BLS level with the American Heart Association. She's humbled and gratified to be an instructor for both nursing assistant students and students at Chamberlain University as a visiting professor. She teaches for Chamberlain University in the Foundation of Nursing classes. She feels this is one of the most integral parts of the healthcare team. If we value our roles at all levels, we will naturally do it well with compassion and care. On a personal aspect, Dr. Nono has been married to her wonderful husband, Joel, for 23 years. He's been a Chicago police officer for the last 24 years, and she's so proud of what he does. They have a 21-year-old daughter, Camille. She's currently a nursing student, also starting her very first clinical at our very own Chamberlain University School of Nursing. Camille, Candace and her husband, Joel, are very, very proud of Camille and her decision to become a nurse and make a difference in the community. Dr. Nono's parents and herself came from the Philippines in 1988, along with 5 siblings, 4 brothers and a sister. Dr. Nono's mother and father are both in heaven now, and she's so grateful for the sacrifices they endured for her to have a present and future. They've been integral in her seeking the DNP degree, which she completed from Chamberlain University in August 2024. She intends to use the DNP degree to have the skills and knowledge to bridge the gap between evidence-based research findings and translate that evidence into practice within respective clinical settings. She hopes to gain a faculty DNP position in the graduate program of Chamberlain University. She hopes to gain the opportunity and necessary skills and knowledge to create educational programs within healthcare facilities, such as long-term care facilities, nursing homes, to ensure staff are well equipped with knowledge, skills, and motivation to function in their respective roles in caring for our beloved patients by implementing evidence-based interventions for quality improvement in patient care. Dr. Nono was a rising star in March, and she went to the Creating Healthy Work Environments in Phoenix and presented in Phoenix and represented our chapter. There, she met the president, Sandra Gibbs, of Sigma Theta Tau International, that was very impressed with her presentation. And Dr. Nono on that trip, she'd never traveled alone, so there were a lot of firsts on that trip, presenting, traveling alone, meeting all kinds of people from Sigma International. And she also rode in one of the Waymo cars, which we have in Phoenix. And I don't know if you have those other places, but it's a driverless car. So she did that as a wonderful experience too, and had some little video clips of that. And it was quite wild. Dr. Nono wants to thank everyone for the opportunity for this time and space to introduce herself and share her personal and professional goals. I do have Dr. Nono's contact information. After this induction, if anyone wants Dr. Nono's personal cell or her email, you can write into our admin, Sarah, admin@5pi.org, and she can get that information for you.
Hello, Sigma Theta Tau, Sigma Phi Pi chapter family. Welcome and congratulations to all of our wonderful inductees. Please give yourselves a round of applause for being here, celebrating your accomplishments. It is a true honor and blessing to be here with you, to honor you, recognize your accomplishments, and celebrate your dedication and commitment to nursing excellence. My name is Dr. Candace Kakal Nono, and I am so grateful to be invited today to be your guest speaker. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for the honor and the blessing to be in this wonderful, momentous occasion to honor all of you. Please know that we are here to honor and recognize that this induction process really is for you, and it's truly earned and not just given. Take in this moment as a transition into the role of leaders of your communities and organization. The word leader for me goes beyond the comparison to a manager, as the leader focuses more on encouraging and inspiring others to be aware of their potential rather than just telling someone what to do. Being inducted into Sigma Theta Tau honors your immense abilities to not only meet the minimum, but to exceed and go above and beyond traditional expectations. On behalf of our Sigma Theta Tau and our Sigma Phi Pi chapter and all the chapters, we are extremely blessed to be able to be here together to honor and recognize you and all you do. First and foremost, I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to Dr. Leanne and Master's Prepared Nurse Sarah for the trust and belief in the invitation to be your guest speaker today. Dr. Leanne and Nurse Sarah have given me the courage to speak here before you, and I could not have done that and have that courage without their support and their belief. They truly represent and define the mission of Sigma Nursing, which involves celebrating nursing excellence in scholarship, leadership, and service, along with building a stronger, unified nursing community. Thank you once again, Dr. Leanne and Master's Prepared Nurse Sarah. With your utmost permission and presence, I would like to share with you my story, my family, my nursing background, my nursing roles, and hopefully provide you with a deeper sense of encouragement in continuing to believe in yourselves, no matter what the circumstances we may be surrounded with. In addition, please know that my reason for the transparency and talking about myself is not to make it about me, but hopefully my own personal and professional story provides you with what I call a Florence Nightingale lamp that you can use to hopefully continue to light your path in your own nursing journey. I would like to share this quote for all of you. Trust in yourself, do your best, and believe in your abilities. This is your story. Trust in yourself, do your best, and believe in your abilities. This is your story. My parents, my 5 siblings, and I immigrated here from the Philippines in 1988. I was 12 years old at the time and second of 6 children. I have 4 brothers and a sister. The reason for my parents deciding to leave our third world country is for one main reason: the ability to have education and a better future. These were the words I remember hearing my parents say in our language. Makapag-aral ng mabuti at gumanda ang kinabukasan. Translated, these were the words that stayed with me throughout the years. Have a good education and a bright future ahead. I held these words to their highest regards and also started to embrace the importance of not only having knowledge and skills, but to be able to apply them as well and share with others. My father was an engineer in the Philippines, and my mother was a college teacher. As most, if not all, immigrants, they had to start from the beginning. My father worked in a factory for cell phones, loading and unloading deliveries from trucks. And fast forward, he went back to school and obtained his computer engineering degree and went on and worked for TransUnion for over 25 years and retired successfully and happily. He passed away in 2012, and I will always remember how humble, intelligent, loving, and hardworking my father was. My mother was a college professor in the Philippines, and when we moved here to the United States in Chicago, she started working in a nursing home as an assistant. And I remember the owner of the nursing home saw her potential in being a leader because growing up, I have always seen my mom as an admirable leader. A natural born influencer, I say. The owner of the nursing home actually put her through nursing school and graduated from Truman College here in Chicago and went on to advance her nursing degree. I saw her resilience, perseverance, and sacrifices throughout nursing school and raising us, her 6 children, with my father. I was in awe of her, and she is the reason why I am a nurse. My mother joined my father home in heaven in 2017. My siblings and I have been blessed with parents who have modeled for us the meaning of unconditional love, genuine care, and emotional intelligence. I do not think I have enough time to share with you all of the wonderful, unique presents our parents provided for us and the communities they serve in their respective roles. This is my story. I am married for 24 years to a wonderful man who is a Chicago police officer and will be retiring after 25 years of service by next year. He has taught me the importance of having passion in what you do and being genuinely caring and honest in serving others, regardless of their situations. We have a 21-year-old daughter, Camille Joyce, who is currently a nursing student with Chamberlain University and is in her last year of nursing school. We are so deeply proud of her and her independent decision to be a nurse to serve others. This is also my story. I have been a nurse since 1994 when I started as a licensed practical nurse with my mother's encouragement, inspiration, and utmost support. I was 18 years old at the time and thankful for the opportunity to enter a nursing program through the Chicago Public Schools. I will share in all honesty and transparency that I struggled with being a 16-year-old nursing student because my story included the battle between wanting to be a nurse already, but also wanting to go hang out with friends at the mall. I clearly remember sitting with my mother and crying about missing prom and how it felt like my whole world was crumbling. And she said to me, "When you graduate from nursing school, we'll make sure you have a prom." I was like, "Yay!" Then my mom laughed and said, "Prom, as in PROM, which stands for passive range of motion." Now go back to your study guides. When I graduated LPN school, my parents threw me a party, and my mom and I did pick out a gown, aka prom dress, that was to be worn. And I did. This is part of my story. I completed my BSN degree in 2000 from North Park University here in Chicago. I remember how scary clinical classes were and how I would not be able to sleep well the night before because I would get so anxious. And I will never forget one of my clinical instructors said to me, "Being anxious and nervous just shows you care and that you know what you are doing is important." And I clearly remember this became part of the mantra, the story I tell myself each time I said this out loud to myself. It gave me more layers of excitement going into clinical and less nervousness. In addition, it helped me feel a sense of normalcy in my thoughts and my feelings as a nursing student. This is part of my story. In 2016, I completed my MSN degree in the nurse educator track from Chamberlain College of Nursing alongside my younger sister, my best friend. My younger sister, Teresa May, was the one that kept me going, working full time, having a child, and a mortgage brought on challenges. But with my sister by my side, I just kept showing up and writing the papers. This is part of my story. In 2022, I made the decision with my husband's and daughter's prompting to return to school once again. And I received my DNP from Chamberlain University in 2024 last year. I remember at the very last minute, I needed to make adjustments in my quality improvement project, which is a huge part of my completion of the DNP program, and the deadline was fast approaching. If I missed it, it would have delayed my completion. This truly not only frustrated and overwhelmed me, but it also made me just want to give up and call it quits. With the support and guidance of people around me, both personally and professionally, I did not. This is another part of my story. My nursing career has been predominantly focused on our geriatric population and older adults, both in the long-term care and acute care settings. I have always loved working with the older population, and I genuinely find the field of geriatrics to be most fulfilling, both personally and professionally. My mother and father were a huge part of what brings me motivation, inspiration, and a sense of comfort especially during tough times. Not having them here with me on earth has been challenging. But with faith and family, I am continuing to find the strength to continue to trust my abilities and to do my best as possible because this is part of my story. I currently teach both nursing assistant students as well as nursing students. In 2023, I started teaching with Chamberlain University for their BSN program as one of the visiting nurse professors, and I am truly finding so much joy and fulfillment in my newer role as a nurse educator. I currently teach in the lab and clinical classes for health assessment, fundamentals in nursing, as well as adult health nursing. It is truly humbling and rewarding in so many different ways to be able to play a part in shaping our future nurses. I am extremely grateful for the wonderful opportunities Chamberlain has given me thus far in my newer role as a nurse educator. This is also part of my story. I'd like to come back to the quote that I shared with you earlier. Believe in yourself always. Trust in yourself. Do your best and believe in your abilities. This is your story. I'm pretty sure we can all relate to the concept that everything happens for a reason. And as cliche as it sounds, knowing that all of the different moments in our story have meanings, we tend to take all of the different layers of our life moments as part of our story that leads up to our journey, whatever the destination may be. If we truly embrace each moment as seeds of growth and development, we give ourselves more grace and patience, as well as acceptance in the concept that just like a plant, if we water it, talk kindly to it, and allow sunshine to come in, we continue to grow, thus trusting ourselves, doing our best, and believing in our abilities. Just like a plant, it takes time, patience, care, and love to grow. We too must give ourselves all of the fruits of the Spirit to be able to continue to grow. I brought up the plant because my mom and my sister love gardening and planting, and both of them, used to try to teach me about the concept of propagating plants from another plant. I do wish I listened more. So, by allowing ourselves to receive all of the fruits of the Spirit, we grow in ways where we can share it with others, as well as just like sharing seeds to continue to plant them to grow and share with others. I am not quite a plant person yet, nor do I have a green thumb like my mother and sister, but I am trying. This is part of my story too. When I look back on moments during my nursing journey, from being a nursing student who had test anxiety to being a new nurse who, are you ready for this? Literally dialed 911 on a hospital phone during a code blue. And now a nurse educator who is still finding her voice and comfortability in a new role. I would not have had the courage and the faith to keep going if not for my family and professional family who always supported my dreams and goals, as well as colleagues and peers who provided the necessary opportunities and resources to be able to continue to believe in my dreams for the intention to make a difference. I truly believe in the concept of it is not how you are during the easy moments in life or when things go your way. The more impactful, transformative moments are really the challenges that you have to endure, and you just want to give up those sometimes, but you do not give up. Well, this is resilience and perseverance, not giving up when it is tough, but remembering and finding your strength and willingness to keep going despite all the obstacles and barriers. By doing so, you come out even stronger and with your own story to share with others. We are placed in situations for a reason, and we go through both challenges and accomplishments so we can endure them in order to one day be a part of our own story to share with another person who may be going through them. I believe that this is the rationale for why we need to share our story, our challenges, our moments leading up to our journey, so we create a positive, impactful snowball effect to continue to create connections that inspire and motivate, cultivate the building of a stronger nursing community, actively focus on the importance of leadership over management, promote a practice that is based on evidences that work. And with all of this, we ultimately have a sense of global reach, which is the main mission and philosophy of Sigma Nursing. Thank you so much for your time, your trust, and your presence, Sigma Nursing family. And special thanks to all of our Sigma Theta Tau inductees for the honor to be a part of this momentous and transformative occasion. This day would not be possible without your efforts and dedication to a successful nursing journey. Please celebrate all of you, all you do, and the difference you make. It is with great pride and utmost respect that I bow down to you and honor your journey, your story. Congratulations, everyone, and sending all of you all of the love, the joy, the blessings, and beautiful moments to add to your story. Thank you once again for having me. It's been an honor, a joy, a blessing. Congratulations once again, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing today, Dr. Nono. Let's get down to the induction ceremony. So Sigma, who are we? We are Global Nursing Honor Society. We're the second largest nursing professional organization in the world. I think there's one in the United Kingdom that's a little bit larger than us, but Sigma has over 130,000 to even up to 150,000 members in many different countries across the globe. And chapters are opening up in different countries all the time. One of the things that Sigma has now are hospitals can have a Sigma chapter. There's at-large chapters, and you heard me say that Catherine was a member of an at-large chapter. And an at-large chapter can be a couple of hospitals. It can be a hospital partnered with a nursing school. So there's all kinds of opportunities to be involved in Sigma. We hope you will stay in the Phi Pi chapter. We feel that for your money, and it's about $10 a month when you do the math, that we're a very, very good deal. And our mission and vision, we're connecting and empowering nurse leaders, and we're transforming global healthcare. Gone are the days where we are just sitting in our backyard in our own little community and impacting healthcare. What we do today is impacting communities, states, nations, and our world. So our mission, that's a big job we have out there, nurses. Our mission is to develop nurse leaders anywhere to improve healthcare everywhere. So here's Sigma at a glance. The Honor Society, as we know it today, Sigma, and we used to say Sigma Theta Tau International. A few years ago, we shortened our name to Sigma, and we had to do a vote on that. There were some quite strong feelings on that, but we're Sigma. Was founded as Sigma Theta Tau International in 1922. So we just had our 100-year birthday 2 years ago. 6 nursing students, 6 just regular nursing students came together and they said, this is not fair. There are Greek honor societies for, our brothers here and our brothers there. And just because we're nurses, why can't we have an honor society? So they were trailblazing at their time in the 1920s for them to be so bold as to do something like this. So they were at Indiana University, and the 6 founding members, from their meager starts in 1922, we've grown to over 100,000 active members. And let me tell you, you are always a member of Sigma. When your dues are paid, you are an active member. When your dues are not paid, you are an inactive member, but you are still considered a member of Sigma. and you can activate that membership at any time. They're going online. And I have a couple of times gone inactive, but I have activated right back up, and I won't go inactive again, but you are always a member. Um, more than 600 countries we have nurses in, 600 chapters in over 100 countries around the world. Sigma also collaborates with several global organizations to improve the health of the world's people. We have representation at the United Nations. And if you guys watch the information that you get from Sigma, there are opportunities to do a cohort and with Sigma and go to the United Nations and be involved with that. We've had a couple of our members do this. This offers members the opportunity to extend their reach outside of their own communities. We're really excited and filled with pride today to welcome our new inductees into our diverse and global chapter. So Sigma members are leaders at all levels of the healthcare industry. The society only extends membership to students and baccalaureate or graduate level programs who have demonstrated superior academic achievement, academic integrity, and professional leadership potential. To the nurse leader candidates, they exhibit exceptional achievements in nursing. So today you're here because you've met the GPA standards and the professional behavior standards that have allowed you an invitation to join. You may have some friends on campus or in your online cohorts that didn't get an invitation. They can still apply to be Sigma members as nurse leaders. So that's always an apt option. And we have an email, admin@5pi.org. So we'll give that to you again at the end of the presentation, but your friends are welcome to join us, and we will look at their resume. And we love to also induct nurse leaders. Chamberlain faculty, any Chamberlain faculty is automatically has an invitation to 5Pi. So we hope that your faculty members are members of 5Pi too. So our membership includes top-notch nursing executives, clinicians, educators, researchers, policymakers, entrepreneurs, and others. You are among this distinguished group of nurses, students, and professionals who have met or exceeded the rigorous standards, and they are rigorous standards. It's hard to maintain that really great GPA when you're working, you have a family, and all of the studies you have to do. These rigorous standards that you met have allowed you to receive an invitation to join Sigma. So you truly deserve our congratulations. And people say, oh, is this real? Is this really a big deal? This is very real, let me tell you. And this is a very big deal. So for your family there, if you're thinking, well, this is nice, my son, my daughter, my husband, my wife, my loved one is in the honor society, that's very nice. It is very nice. And it's a very, very big deal. I want to point out on this slide here, when we go to Sigma conferences, a lot of times they'll want to do headshots and offer free headshots. And so you will notice down in the very bottom row, in the second from the left-hand side, is our past president, Alan Perez. There he is. So they caught his headshot at one of the conferences we attended, and he's on a lot of Sigma's marketing materials. So yay for Alan. And if you all go to some of these conferences, and we have 3 in the next year, you may have your picture taken and be on our next induction slides. So together, we are Sigma. The leadership and scholarship that you have displayed represent the essence of the society. So together, collaboratively, we are Sigma. Our founders chose the Greek letters Sigma, theta, tau. So I don't know how they got to choose the letters, but the sigma stands for love. The theta stands for courage, and the tau or ta stands for honor. So wonderful. Love, courage, and honor. Things we so need in nursing today, especially that courage, because it's a tough field, but we're doing great things out there. So our founders believed these to be enduring values that we hold true today. We also have a crest, and I have a little pin that I got at one of the Sigma conferences that has this on there. Our crest, it symbolizes the enduring values and our commitment to wisdom and discernment, service, professional endeavor, and strength of leadership and knowledge. Knowledge is represented as the lamp. Service, professional endeavors, and strength of leadership are represented by the pillar or the stone at the right and the left. And then wisdom and discernment are represented as the eye on the crest here. We have a key. And I talked about the key award before, and that's an award that each chapter can apply for every other year at the biennium. And there's about 76 criteria. It's some pretty stringent criteria of things you do and things you offer and how you maintain your chapter. So the key is embedded in a membership pin. I got one of those at a conference too. It reminds us of our charge to uphold love, courage, and honor, and it's a symbol of scholarship. The cup denotes the satisfaction of professional life, and most times it is satisfying. The circle with its 6 stars represents our 6 founders. The lamp is the lamp of knowledge, and the letters in black represent our charge. Remember that our key symbolizes your commitment to nursing excellence. So what's in it for you besides you've given some money? And so now what happens? What do you get in return? You get plenty in return. And so membership in any professional organization is what you put into it and what you take out. So Sigma offers membership benefits, but you're also a member of the largest Sigma chapter in the world. So our chapter also offers benefits too. So you got kind of a double whammy there. So one of the things, Sigma offers free nursing continuing professional development courses. I have seen they do offer NCLEX prep webinars with some of the top experts in the country that write the books on NCLEX prep. So you will be getting emails from the Circle and from Sigma with these kind of events that are going on. So give one a try. You get free online journals and member publications. Sigma has a career connection to shape your path. And they have some academic academies. And I didn't know it was going to be during the pandemic, but I joined one of the academic academies in 2019 that started in March of 2020, right when the pandemic started. So our academy was supposed to be hosted in person for several of the meetings, and it was all virtual. But this academy was for experienced nurse educators, and it ended up being 18 months long. We were delayed. It was supposed to be a year because of the pandemic. But that being in that academy really helped me reevaluate what did I want to do with my nursing career and the rest of my nursing career, what was important to me and how I could impact professional nursing. So that connection really shaped my path. I can't even tell you how much. We have a area that we can have conversations, and it is called the Circle. So you can join different areas of the circle if you're a NICU nurse, if you're a community health nurse, if you're a nurse educator, and you can have communications with like-minded nurses, ask question, offer suggestions, network. So your induction is definitely not the end of your culmination of your scholarly or professional achievements. Instead, your induction signifies the beginning of membership and your membership journey, the start of your involvement with a global network of peers and mentors who are here to guide and support you wherever your nursing career takes you. I have those Sigma t-shirts too. So please gather friends and family. You don't have to stand. If you're on the sofa, maybe you have some orange juice. We're having a morning induction, and prepare to say the induction pledge. The members will say this. Okay, maybe you're alone, but I still want you to say this out loud. I accept membership in Sigma Theta Tau International. And I pledge to fulfill its commitment to nursing excellence, knowledge, service, and leadership throughout my career. You know, I think there's a lot of you on this induction today, and I feel like I could hear you. I could hear that just gentle rumble of you accepting membership. So welcome, welcome to Sigma. It's a big deal. Help us everyone, congratulate our new Phi Pi members. Now that you are official members of Sigma, the opportunities to become involved, grow, and develop as leaders and contribute to the nursing profession are virtually endless. And one thing I learned in my academy that I went to, I had to set a roadmap for success. I wanted to do everything. I want to be in this, I want to be in that, give me that committee. And I was spreading myself too thin. So I have a major presence in Sigma, and that fills my cup. I will tell you, you'll see everyone, and I've got my cord and my Sigma stool on here, and you can see these folks. If you are attending your graduation on campus or at Chicago for the online students, virtual students, yes, you can order and wear your cord and your stole. You can wear both of them or one of them. So they are on sale through the Sigma Marketplace. And when we do go to graduation in Chicago, and we have a table and we sell cords and stoles at cost in case anyone has forgotten them. And I just want to point out one of many of these persons on this slide. I've seen them before at conferences. The fella on the second to the top on the left-hand side, Benji is from the Philippines, and he was in my academic nurse leader cohort, and I've followed him since our cohort ended in the end of 2021, and he has published, and he's very, very involved in his country. So you have a membership that matters. Each of you will experience membership in your own way. In fact, Sigma membership is an experience that's yours to design. Here's some poster presentations. I hope you will make use of the many opportunities that membership has to offer. Not only do you have the opportunity to be involved locally, there are opportunities to participate in this global organization on a regional and international level as well. Now, the Phi Pi chapter, we are involved with three regional consortiums in Southern California. We're a member with 18 other chapters. And each October, we have a in-person ground conference there. We're always looking for presenters and poster presentations. We're a member of the St. Louis Consortium, and each spring in April, we have a dinner with a speaker and poster presentations there. And we take as many, you submit an abstract for St. Louis, we're going to take it. We want to see your poster. The last couple of years, we've admitted all posters. So that's a great place to disseminate some of your work, meet some folks. So each biennium, Sigma installs a new president at the international level. At the 47th Biennial Convention, we proudly installed Dr. Sandra Garman-Bibb and introduced her as the 35th Sigma president. With influence from the board of directors, each president presents an organizational call to action to help guide members and chapters as we strive to fulfill our mission. The organizational call to action asks us to represent. As professional nurses and Sigma members, we have the credibility and visibility to speak and act on behalf of nursing and Sigma, and the opportunity to represent the vast diversity and capacity of the nursing profession to shape the world as we would like to see it. We are all leaders, and we must represent our unique selves and collectively change our shared world. The call to action has three components from Dr. Bibb: reflect, respect, and respond. I'm not sure if our slide is stuck, but we are on represent. We also have respect there. So maybe it's a sign that we want you to consider this. How are you going to represent yourself as a professional nurse, as a Sigma member? I'm going to share a little bit of information about the 5 Pi chapter of Sigma. That is the chapter you have joined, chapter number 494. And we heard just a minute ago, there's over 600 chapters. And 2 years ago at the biennium, there were 550. So we've grown. So our 5 Pi chapter, we received our first, we were born on October 20th, 2011 in St. Louis, and that's where our chartering ceremony was done. Before we could even charter as a chapter, Chamberlain had to have their own honor society for about 3 years. And our president, Susan Grunwald, at the time, was very passionate, and from the very beginnings of Chamberlain, knew we needed an honor society and we needed one rapidly. And so our chapter, we're a very young chapter. Some of these chapters are 100 years old, 80 years old, 90 years old. We are a young chapter. And for us to receive our first Key Award on November 18th, 2019, at the 45th Sigma Biennial Convention was a big deal. And you will see me there. My hair was fluffier there. And I'm with the president at the time, Beth Tigges, and the CEO is Liz Magadan. And what you don't see in that picture is we also won, there is one international award for a chapter each biennium. So with 600 chapters applying for this one international award, there's very stiff competition. And in 2019, our chapter was only 8 years old. And I didn't read the book that said you can't get an international award when your chapter's only 8 years old and you've only had an email system for a year and a half. I didn't read that book, but what we did is we developed such a strong strategic plan. And with Alan Perez technologically abilities, we built a strong technical foundation for reaching our members no matter where they were. So I went up to get the Key Award, but I also went up and got the one and only international award for a chapter. It was for communications and publicity in 2019. So that was beyond very cool, I'll tell you that. Our second Key Award came in November 2021 at the 46th Biennial Convention. We have our chapter coordinating committee chair, Carol Liskey, is the then president at the time, Donna Castanelli, was getting her key award. And I guess there was a lot of flowers there too. She got some flowers. And then just last year, a year ago, our third consecutive key award in November 2023 at the 47th Biennial Convention. We have Tyler Morrison, our secretary, who is getting his master's, staff nurse, lives in Texas. We have Liz, Carol Liskey, excuse me, and she is the regional coordinator that presented us our key award. There we have our esteemed Alan Perez was the president. We have myself there, and I'm always the shortest one in the pictures, as the past president at that time. We have Nadine Cesare as the treasurer there, and we have the past president, Kenneth Dion, presenting our third key award. So if any of you are in Indianapolis for the 48th annual Sigma Biennium, which is coming up in Indianapolis next year, you can see us getting our fourth consecutive key award. One of the things we do, we want to give back. I mean, we're blessed. We are blessed to be nurses. We're blessed to live in our country. We're blessed to have what we have. So we try to never forget where we came from or where we could be. And so we have philanthropic events throughout the year. And as a virtual organization, sometimes it's hard to figure out what these are and how we can gain support. So we have supported a Haitian nursing student a couple of different times so that they could, and it was not a very big donation, but it paid for their nursing school for a whole year. We've done some comfort cases, which has been a virtual event where we've got comfort cases for patients in need and ordered through an Amazon wish list. We've done Operation Holiday Cheer Pen Pal and wrote letters to our servicemen or to children in hospitals. We've done charity miles through St. Jude's Children's Hospital. There was an app and we walked. We have done saved stuffed animals where we'd get the skins of the animals. They were so cute. And we'd stuff them and fix them up and donate them to fire stations, to courts, anywhere where kids were going to be scared and needed a nice stuffy. Now, since the pandemic, we have kind of halted the stuffed animals because a lot of places don't want to take homemade goods. We did last year, and this was fun, Bandage Drive for Noah's Bandage Project. And this was something we did through Amazon and ordered different neat bandages that were distributed to children's hospitals or school nurses for kids needing a Band-Aid. So you got to order whatever you wanted, superheroes, Kermit the Frog, you name it. Amazon had all kinds of bandages, and sometimes you just got to shop. So that was kind of fun. We've done lots of other things at the campus, and we're always welcome for ideas and opportunities you may have too. So upcoming chapter events. So on our website, when you get to our website, phi.org, you will want to log in because you don't see everything on the website unless you're logged in. But we have a monthly membership committee meeting. And that's where we have you all as Phi Pi members get on this. We have the virtual inductions 3 times a year, and that's great if you can get on those, even if you're not being inducted, to support those that are. We have special events as scheduled. And so philanthropy projects as scheduled. So you'll just have to check our events page. We have a newsletter that goes out at least quarterly that will highlight some of these. And in addition to us having events, Chamberlain International is going to have events too. One of the call to action from Chamberlain for our chapter for this next year for 2025, Chamberlain would like us to put together a monthly or every other month dissemination webinar where we would have our DNP students, PhD students, even master's students that have done a capstone project come and present your project and have 10 and 15-minute little disseminations of these projects. So watch for that. So how do you get in touch with us? Well, we're hard to not find. The one email you do want to remember is admin@phipi.org. So we all have an email. I'm president at phipi.org, treasurer, past president. So Sarah is admin@phipi.org, and she'll know where to position you if you have a question. We're on the circle, and the circle is unique to Cigna, so you'll have to sign up for your membership account. We're on Facebook. So if you remember Phi Pi of Sigma, Phi Pi of Sigma, Phi Pi of Sigma. So we're on Facebook, Twitter, I think it's X now, they call it, Instagram, and Venmo. Okay, so what's next for you? Be on the lookout for your welcome email from Sarah, admin@phipi.org. It's going to include information about your graduation regalia, these niceties, your shipping of your certificate. We would like you, please email a picture to us, communications@phipi.org. And that is Allison who does our communications. If you get mixed up, you can email it to Sarah too at admin@phipi.org. We'd like to see some of your pictures and post them on social media to introduce you to fellow members and get involved. You just never know what will happen, but you won't know, nothing will happen if you don't do anything. So this time I want to thank you all for being here and recognize any family and friends, faculty that have been here to celebrate this special occasion with us. It is because, amen, of the love and support of family and friends that you and me, that we are all in the position we are today. None of us would have gotten here, in a silo without a strong support system. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Our patients, thank you to those patients that we're going to go out and make a difference with, because you, the family, has supported us so we can go forth and make a difference in our world. And today we need a difference in our world. So thank you for being nurses, and thank you for being members of Sigma. You should take pride in this role because you played a big role in making this happen for your loved ones. So once again, I don't know how many times I can say it, but congratulations and welcome to our newest Sigma members. On the next slide, you will see a scroll of your names that are going through. So go ahead and wait and watch as your names scroll through. Get a picture, send those pictures. And if for some reason we are real good about getting the names on there, you don't see yours or yours was left out, you just email admin@phipi.org and we will give you, and send a picture too, because we're going to give you a special shout out on social media.